What is good? Fuck, good. Everyone. Shoobs here. This is so scuffed.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
I just want to note that these were sent over for a honest review by Nick, who is currently running the keycap set GMK Chaos Theory, which these switches were made for. I didn't get paid for this review, but they looked cool, so I'll be checking them out. What is good, everyone? Shoobs here. Today we will be looking at these little rascals. These are some crazy looking switches known as the Singularity switches, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like these, and honestly I'm quite confused, maybe a little bit scared, but overall intrigued by these things. If you haven't figured out what is different and special about these switches, maybe you should learn to read the title. Just kidding. But anyways, these are metal plated switches. What the fuck? Yeah, I didn't mess up the details. These are actually fully coated in aluminum. And you might be asking, why? Why would you do that? And honestly, the only real reasoning behind this is probably going to be for the flex. But all jokes aside, I really do want to see how these switches will be like, so let's take a look. So about these switches, these are manufactured by Tixie. They do be making some big waves in the Switch game lately, and they feature a full nylon housing that is aluminum plated in this rainbow sort of fade color. It's like plated all the way around the Switch. It's goddamn looks like it came out straight out of a CSGO case or something. They also feature a elongated POM stem, like the ones you find in the Zaku, so these are long boy stems, and a 68 gram standard length gold plated spring. Metal switches with some long boy stems and a full nylon housing. I can feel the long and hard bottom out from a mile away, and talking about long and hard, building a website is long and hard. This video was sponsored by Squarespace, the #1 platform for building a website online. I'm actually in the process of setting up a website for myself as well as a platform to list my stickers and other things, and Squarespace has really made the whole process seamless and easy. There are a ton of templates to choose from, and designing a site is as simple as dragging and dropping and editing simple text. Their e-commerce tools lets me create listings easily, and they offer a range of more advanced options for the pros as well. If you're looking to make a website, you can use the link in the description for a free trial, and you can also use code SHOOBS for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring the video, and now back to the review. Okay, taking a closer look at these actually look crazy. What the fuck? Anyways, here are the switches that we will be comparing these Singularity switches to. You can see the details of the switches through my scuffed editing skills, and yeah. Looking at the stems of these switches, the Singularity stems are actually a tad bit longer than the creams, but a tad bit shorter than the Zakus, but it is pretty long nonetheless compared to the standard length stems. So here is a short stem wobble test due to popular demand, just to showcase a few of the switches and the manufacturers, but this is the Singularity switches manufactured by Tixie. Up, down is pretty tight, left, right is pretty tight as well. The Epsilon switches, a bit wobbly, these are manufactured by JWK. Alpacas, around the same, both JWK. Gatoron Milky Top Yellows, bunch of wobble, manufactured by Gatoron. The Zakus, which are also manufactured by Tixie, up, down, left, right, are very tight. Ink blacks, same amount of wobble as the Milky Tops, and the Kale creams are pretty wobbly as well. I would film JWK's, Gatoron's, Kales, but the Tixie switches actually do not need films in my opinion. So like always, sound tests are not accurate. Everyone's case, lubing technique, room acoustics, desk setup, mic placement, and all that jazz is different, so take this with a grain of salt. So in terms of the sound profile of these switches, I would say that they're pretty damn deep. I would say that they are a bit higher pitched than the super deep switches, but just marginally higher pitched, and I would put it around the same area as NK Creams. They are deeper than the Zakus for sure, and honestly they sound pretty good. In terms of smoothness, surprisingly enough, these are one of the smoothest Tixie switches I've tried. I don't know if they're using a different mold for these, but the other Tixie switches, nylon ones, have been fairly scratchy, but when lubed and even stock, these are pretty damn smooth and are pretty comparable to the Zakus. Might be a little bit smoother than the Zakus actually. They're definitely not a JWK level, but I would say that these are pretty good. Okay, so what are my overall thoughts on this switch? Currently in group buy, these switches are running around 85 cents a switch. That is pretty damn pricey. I would say that in all honesty, the metal coating doesn't really add much to make the switch unique enough in terms of sound and feel from the other long pole Tixie switches to be completely worth it. However, they are a really great and smooth and deep sounding switch, with the bonus factor of looking baller as hell. That actually just looks really sick. If you really care about the look of your switches or have a very specific build in mind, like maybe a acrylic or a PC case where you can show off glimpses of the internals, then maybe this switch would be worth it for you. My overall recommendation is, if you're in the market for a long pole deep sounding switch, there are cheaper alternatives out there, such as the Epsilons or Technoviolets or even the Zakus. However, for a one-of-a-kind look that comes with the sound and feel of those long pole deep sounding switches, then these will definitely be it. And damn, I just can't get over how sick they look. But if you really do want that sort of look inside your keyboard, then I do think it's worth it. But if you're just looking for a switch in terms of sound and feel, then like I said, there's other options out there. Anyways guys, thank you so much for checking out the video like always and watching till the end. Appreciate everyone's support. We hit 59k, almost 60k. That's crazy. Really appreciate it. Still in the process of moving everything around and cleaning everything, but we'll be back to your regular scheduled program in no time, and more Switch reviews, more comedy videos, and more general keyboard videos on the way soon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.